Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Troll Talk Podcast. This is episode 15. I know I haven't uploaded the last one yet if you're listening to this live, but if you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, this will be uploaded after that other one. So yeah, go listen to the other one, go listen to this one, go listen to the next one that might be coming out after if you listen to this late. My guest this week is none other than, like my command says, the variety streamer who mains Valorant. Ombre. Sara, hi.
Hey,
How are you?
hello. I'm good. How are you?
I am tired as shit, but we're out here. I want to start this off by asking you a little bit about who you are and what you do because you have not been on Twitch in a month.
Yeah. I guess I should just talk about my job that I do. Is that
That
what we're
that that
doing
is one of the things that I do want to talk about, but for people that don't know who you are on Twitch,
on
let us know
Twitch?
a little bit
Gotcha.
about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ombre, or you can call me Sarah. I am a variety streamer who, as Trolleyzz said, mains Valorant. It's an addicting game, okay? You can't judge me.
I've wanted
Um,
to play it a little bit more since,
oh,
but I have
lies.
no friends online.
I heard you tell Twin that you hate it and you don't want to open it
That
again. Get
doesn't
out
mean
of
I
here.
don't want to play it again. That's just a twin.
Yeah, okay. I see how it is, Trolley.
Yeah, you're never
Um,
online, so you don't play with me.
I'm never online. I know. I feel bad, but yeah, I'm currently on a streaming hiatus. I've been streaming for about 2 years, and I do YouTube content as well as Twitch and TikTok and Instagram.
You are one of the creators that I know. There's one other in chat that goes by the name of Kirby, who I've also done a podcast with, that actually utilize YouTube and have success from it, which is really
Like
cool to
YouTube.
see. Like you,
Yeah.
you have over 1,000 follow or 1,000 subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're approaching the 4,000 watch hours, right? Or have you hit it yet?
I'm so close to 4,000 watch hours that it's absolutely painting my existence.
Hey, if you're close to it, that means you're gonna hit it soon. So let's see if we can hit
I
it by the end of
know.
the summer by using your link tree and going to watch all your videos beginning to end, dropping a like, sharing it with
That's
friends,
fine.
all that cliche content creator stuff. But I don't want to talk about that stuff yet. I want to talk about you before streaming. Now, unlike most podcast guests, you wanted to stick your nose in a little bit and kind of get the idea of what research I was trying to do. You're also a person who has watched previous podcasts, so you know what I do with these. But I'm starting off with something that probably helps you the most with your streaming journey. That is your photography.
Okay.
For people that
Bet.
don't know, you are heavily into photography. It seems like
Yes.
it's one of the things that I don't know if I could say you're passionate about, but it's definitely a big hobby of yours, and it's still something that you do to this day that you've carried since what seems like high school.
Yeah.
What made you get into the hobby of photography?
Actually, it's kind of funny. My growing up, I never really knew what my mom went to school for. She kind of just, works for the government and, does what she does, but I found these pictures that we had hanging up on our walls and I was like, these are really pretty. And I found a bunch of art hidden away in a closet from like an old what like it looked like hands that were being drawn from like a man smoking, like all these positions of hands. And I was like, this is so cool. Like whose stuff is this? And my mom went to school for photography and graphic design. Like that's originally what she went to school for. There's old pictures of her with like cameras from like the 80s and all this stuff. And I absolutely just loved being creative like that. So I was lucky enough to get a camera in like 2013. And unfortunately, I still have that camera. That's the camera I use for a lot of stuff. So I need an upgrade for sure. But that's kind of just like how I got into it. And I took Comtech, which I don't know if that's just a Canadian thing or if like you
You,
know what that is.
no, I don't.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a high school course that was called like Comtech, but it was essentially communications technology. So
Okay.
that's where like we would make movies, we would do like photo series, we would do commercials, like all this stuff, script writing, and it was essentially like an elective that I took practically as like my primary. So
Okay. So that's what you studied in high school then, pretty much. Well,
Kind of, yeah. It's
studied.
study.
Yeah, we
I mean,
had
we
our
also did
mandatory courses.
religion and English and all of that
Math
stuff.
and gym and history and geography and all that other bullshit that we have to put up with through the Canadian education system.
Yes.
Whoop they fucking do. All of that stuff I totally use nowadays with our career of streaming. But you know, when I had to learn about Christopher Columbus sailing the seas in 1997, because that's totally what I remember from it. That will obviously help me when it comes to doing a podcast. But with your photography, you're telling me that it stemmed straight from your parents, from your mom who studied it back in the day, who had all this art laying around that you ended up finding. Was
Yeah.
was there anything that your parents actually taught you when it came to photography that you carried into what you do today?
Not really. I don't think there was anything that I was ever really taught
Okay,
with them. They were just always so open with me being able to create things.
that's good.
Um, yeah, like they would let me take the camcorder and just fill up discs on discs of like movies I would make with Webkins, and like they would let me stay up and do like stop motion animation until I finished my project. Otherwise, like I would lose my like creative drive, so they would just be like, "Okay, she's fine. She's occupied. We'll just go away now." So like that's kind of what it was they just allowed me the opportunity and the space to be creative and just try things out.
What age were you doing stop motion?
Very young. I'm talking like Polly Pocket era.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I used to just stop, like take a picture, move it, take a picture. I would do whiteboard animation and
Holy
do designs
shit.
with that. Yeah, I even did one for like a elementary school project. Actually, I created all these little clay creatures. I wish I had it. My friend took it and lost the file, and I'm heartbroken because it was like grade 8. And I made a little alligator and a little crab and a giraffe and all these little creatures out of clay, and they were so cute and so well done, and we did like an animation of like what happens to your stuffed animals when you go to sleep kind of thing.
It's a Toy
um
Story.
yeah, essentially, yeah. Essentially Toy Story, but
Okay.
like all done in stop motion with like a set that I had done, and this is like grade 8. This is how I spent my free time.
So I have to ask this then. If this was in grade 8, you're a boomer. YouTube and shit like that for stop motion didn't exist.
Yeah, you're
Where
right.
did you hear about it from? And how did you learn stop motion, especially if you were like younger than grade 8?
Um, so my parents actually, back when chapters was a thing, in
Huh.
most places in Canada,
Huh.
um, there was a book that my parents actually got me, and it had like a CD-ROM disc that you'd plug into the computer, and it would teach me how to do stop motion. And it was like gave me a clay package, and it was like make a fairy out of clay. So I would make a fairy, and then it was like, okay, so now take your camera on your computer, your little tiny webcam there, and you're gonna take the picture. It's gonna capture it, and then move it a bit, capture it, move it a bit, and then it would like put it all together. And I was like, wow, this is actual garbage. I can do so much better. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? So much better.
So what made you like not pursue that when it comes to film over what you do now, which is kind of like my next topic. You seem like you've done a lot of media studies, right,
Mhm.
throughout your schooling. And I don't know if you've gone to like college or university for this stuff as well. I know just as you're talking about high school, that was your main focus, Comtech. But if you went to college or university for media studies as well and what you do, you help create a lot of short films and documentaries and music videos and shit like that. If you started with photography at a young age, did that help you carry into like the video aspect and production aspect of what you kind of do today?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think there's ever, honestly, ever been a moment where I haven't wanted to create content. Like growing up, it's always been something I've done. And whether it's been creating it or consuming it, I consumed content from a young age, like more so than I do now. And I'm clinically addicted to Netflix. Like it's literally something a doctor has prescribed me against. I watch way too much content, but I at a young age I was watching like seasons of Golden Girls and Frasier like on repeat. And just like had channels up on the TV all the time and would do my homework and do studying. So like I always was just someone who wanted to just be immersed in it. And so with photography, there became a lot of like, well, I can just hit the record button and try to film something. And then the next thing was like, well, what if I like created everything involved with it? You know, what if I created the script and the story and the costumes? So I learned how to sew, and it was just like creating everything that was able to be compiled. So getting to do Comtech, I ended up doing a bunch of short films that I directed, and I just loved it. They were so bad. They were very bad, but I just loved them to bits. And the opportunity just to, hit record and just see the work move. Like a photo can move you, but a film moves for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
No, I can get and understand that. And like with what you do now with your current job, that's kind of puts you on the streaming hiatus. You, from what I know and from what we talk about offline, you're not really more on the production side. You're more on like the assistant side.
Yeah.
But work
So
don't want you to be that. Work wants you to be the producer, the director. They want you to be head cast. They want you to make all the
I mean,
outfits.
isn't that also streaming though?
Yeah, but that's streaming, and that's like for yourself. You're doing this all for another company.
Yes, but I like as much as working in the industry is very uh it's very time consuming, and just it does burn you out and wear you down so much. Just being able to see the outcome of something, just being able to see your name on that credit list at the end of the day is just like unbelievable. And
Yeah.
it's like you don't deserve it. Like it's so weird to think. But yeah, so I do essentially right now I do marketing and social media for a documentary company. I worked with them before the pandemic, but unfortunately because of the pandemic, my contract was cut short. And now I've come back to assist them during their festival season. So, essentially, that's kind
Tiff.
of what I do. Yeah, that's kind of what I do for them. I didn't go to school for marketing, and I've just kind of learned social media as I've gone. But it's kind of a part of filmmaking that I think is really interesting because, like, there has to be someone like making sure that the film gets seen.
Yeah. There has to be some sort of promotion behind any and all types of
Oh yeah.
like video production at
Oh,
the end of
yeah,
the
and
day.
so I've learned a lot in regards to that, and everything like you said, director, producer, all that, like, I don't do that for what I do, but I do a lot of that side of things, and when it comes down to it, I also am very much, like that for my stream as well. Like, I we even you can agree, like, we produce, we direct, we edit, we film, we're also, like, our wardrobe, we're our makeup designers, we're, you know, social media, we're marketing, branding. We are literally doing everything. And I think that's so cool because coming up in film and film education, there's this huge discussion around that I think a lot of people don't equate Twitch content to. And I
Yeah.
think you are essentially running your own TV show. And I think that's awesome.
You really are. And like with what we do, like we're variety gaming streamers. You main Valorant. I'm right now pretty much maining Fortnite. Um with what we do when it comes to gaming, we're not really putting on that show per se, but we are still being an entertainer. We do still have to plan our streams. We do still have to plan the content. We still do have to plan what we talk about. Of course, improv is a big aspect of streaming nowadays, and there are some people that I've talked to, like Game Pass Dad, Hamall Kid, Merowitz, who are almost experts at doing improv because two of them have done stand-up comedy and one is a comedic rapper. So like
Mhm.
doing improv and on the spot stuff for content, for humor is their forte. That's something that you cannot really learn without experience, right? Just how you're
Yes.
saying with the marketing aspect and the social media aspect, you never went to school for marketing. You've just kind of learned as you've gone. So
Yeah.
with all of that, what do you think are, let's say, three of the main things that you've learned throughout your photography, your video editing, and now into your marketing and social media that you carry into your content creation? Even though yes, you're on the hiatus now, but like you've been doing this for over 2 years. what are 3 lessons that you've learned from the outside jobs that you've carried into this current career? And before you answer, I need you to tell me what GamerSupps flavor I'm having because I forgot to ask you.
Um, you're gonna do citrus lemonade. Sounds really good. Do you have that?
I have all those flavors because that's every single flavor.
Okay, bet citrus lemonade sounds actually heavenly right
Do you
now.
want me to add something else to it?
Yeah.
Okay. What? If you say alcohol, it's the wrong answer.
Shit.
Damn it.
No, I think I want you to add. Honestly, I think citrus lemonade with oh, there's a lot of really good. I think dragon fruit punch would
All
be
right.
really good. Actually,
That
I lied. Mango. I didn't see mango on there. Mango and
mango.
citrus lemonade.
Done.
Yeah,
So
mango's actually a goated flavor.
it is. The mango is top 3 best flavors from GamerSupps. Hey,
Yeah.
GamerSupps, you want to sponsor my podcast and be able to send my guests maybe a tub or samples or something like that? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Back to the question though. While I make the GamerSupps, the
Yep.
3 things that you have learned from outside jobs and resources that you carry into your streaming today.
Yeah, I think one of the first things that I've learned is to just do it. Like, I mean, like, like Nike says, you just do it. Honestly, if you're not like if I didn't pick up a camera and like after my first photo thought, wow, this is actual garbage, I should just stop. Like, I think it was a photo of a locker because I was like, wow, that lighting moody, for some reason, and I was like, wow, cool, and it was actually just a bad photo for a class project, and you you have to just start. Otherwise, you're not going to get the opportunity to see what you can do. And worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. I think another thing I've learned is that um you can always push yourself. Like in my job now, I push myself every day to try to do more and not only work wise but also mental wise. Like I push myself to like learn to take breaks and know when I need to stand up and step away from the computer because I do work
Uh-uh.
remotely both for Twitch and for work, so I'm
I'm gonna call
constantly in
you
the gym.
out because I
What?
message you like 4 to 5 days out of the week. You cannot tell me that you have learned how to take breaks when all you
Okay.
tell me is I'm dying at work and I'm being overworked. And hey, don't get me wrong, you're going to a concert, right? And that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Which, by the way, yeah, she was supposed to get picked up today to go to a concert tomorrow.
Yeah,
No,
I
she
was.
she told her friend, "Hey, I am on a podcast. Pick me up
I
tomorrow."
did.
As much as I insisted, let's push it to the weekend. She's like, "No, I made a promise,
I
bitch." And I'm
did.
like,
I
"Okay."
made a promise. Why would I cancel?
I don't know. It
You
wasn't
make a
canceled. It was
commitment.
postponed to the weekend.
Nah, you make a commitment and you commit. And here's the thing. Yes, I work very hard during the week, just like I did in college. I worked very hard in college. So I got all my work done before the Thursday night because that was pub night. That was the night we'd go out and get drinks. And that's what I do. I have my concert tomorrow night. I'm going out Saturday night to a different concert with some friends. And that's my time to like, try to avoid the burnout as much as it's still work planning and everything, but I still love it. Like
No,
it's still one of those things where I'm like, so as much as I am kind of a hypocrite because I don't focus as much on the fact that I need to take breaks, I
yeah,
do try.
you do take
And
your
you
breaks.
you learn and you grow, like obviously I'm not anywhere where like I could be with the breaks, but just learn to like recognize your boundaries and what you can and can't do, but also push yourself a little farther because again, you'll never know what you're going to be able to do.
That is true. So you've
Hmm.
talked about basically. I don't know why I'm brain farting, and that's like the worst part of doing these live is I can't like cut this.
Yeah, you're just like
I'm just like, wait a minute. I had it on the top of my head, and now I completely forgot because we sidetracked. The points that you have learned from other
yeah,
jobs and other, experiences that you carry into streaming
yeah.
were which of the following?
Which of the following?
Or
Okay.
what ones were
First of
they?
all, just start. Just do
Yeah,
it because you'll
Nike.
never know what you can do. Learn to recognize your boundaries, but also push yourself a little farther because again, you don't know what you're going to be able to do, but also you want to make sure that you're staying healthy and safe. 3, make sure you ask questions. That's another big thing. Like, if you want to know how someone does something, ask questions. Like, the amount of questions that I've asked, like, I mean, you, Quinn, like, all, like, I'm just like, hey, like, I mean, I've talked to you about sponsorships because I've never done a sponsorship, and honestly, it sounds scary to start. And
I'm a
like, we've had that
sellout.
conversation.
I'm a sellout.
Like, that's kind of the thing where, like, you can't be afraid to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know something, ask that question. Like, just ask it. Just
Well,
ask it, just do it, and make sure you're okay.
yeah, I was about to let you know, like, that third point of where you're like, it sounds scary to start a sponsorship. Really sounds like you need to go back to that first point
Yeah, I
and,
know.
and
It's
just do
but
it.
I
Shia LaBeouf.
know.
Oh
You're
my
right.
god, my Stream
Shia
Elements is
LaBeouf.
actually working now. Stream Elements has not been working this entire time. I had to adjust like 5 commands on my Stream Deck for this. Thank you,
Oh my
Ripper.
god.
Um, so just do it is the main one. I full heartedly agree, and
Yeah.
this kind of carries into something else we're gonna be talking about in a bit. But just kind of diving headfirst into something that you want to try, the worst that's going to happen is you fail. But for me, one of the biggest things that I stand behind is nothing is a failure if you learn something from it,
Yes.
right? If you can manage to learn or take something away from a failure, you didn't fail, you learned. And there's a big
Mhm.
difference. And that's something, I carry into my streaming, for example, and just like my content creation in general. I've learned that TikTok isn't really good for my kind of clips, and I need to adjust that. I've learned that some stuff is only temporary when it comes to success. I've
Mhm.
learned that, some stuff works and some stuff doesn't. I never failed from any of these. I never failed posting on TikTok. I never failed
No.
with these temporary options. I never failed with, you know, some ideas working over others.
Yep.
I've learned what I've needed to learn from those experiences, and from that, I carry it into everything I do now, which is pretty much just being a degenerate gamer, and people seem to like that for some reason. And then I run a podcast,
Yeah.
and then I run a game show, and then I run Master Teacher's Trolley.
You never know.
You never
And
know.
like that the thing with that too is for creators, I think we get so stuck in this idea that we have to be perfect. Like, we have to hit that success, and we have to, and like, we get so stuck in that we forget that, like, we can make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, there's times where, like, I've had a bad stream, and I'll sit on the floor and I'm crying, and my eyeliner's running, and I'm raging, and it's just a bad time. And if I were to look at myself from the outside, I'd be like, wow, that's crazy. But I think it's because as creators, we don't feel like we can make mistakes. But then once you come out of that, well, shit, I made a mistake. You look at it and you're like, well, you know what? Next time, I'm gonna end stream earlier, and I'm not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna stand up for myself, or da 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 da. Right? Like, you don't know like what could have happened, but all you know is like how to move forward. Right? So.
I have to fully mention right now, as a side note, that a skunk sprayed outside of my apartment, and
Oh
it's
no.
really bad because it's lingering into my room, and I have been sitting here for like a minute trying to not make a face at it.
I would be gagging.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I would be
actually
gagging.
gagging. Like, this is the worst. It's right outside my window, and it's bad. But
Yep.
one of the things I want to talk about too with your job is just like the
Mhm.
photography and you being in that media side, the marketing and the social media are two of the biggest things that you do as your job that
Yep.
content creators work on 24/7.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, not only have you learned, just do it, ask questions, and like, don't be afraid to learn from your learning, or don't be afraid to learn from failures and stuff like that. With your marketing and your social media, what is the number one tip you've learned from being in that actual industry for years, technically years?
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I think really the thing that I've made sure is that double checking. Like, you post something with the wrong time and the wrong location or the wrong ticket link or the wrong something, and it's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Like, who saw that before I got that pulled down or edited, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I think making sure that you're triple checking something, like, I don't send an email or post something without, like, pulling back for 5 minutes and then coming back to it and being like, "You know what? That phrasing sounds really weird."
Hmm.
Or like, "Wow, actually, Sarah, you put AM instead of PM for the post time. Who's up at 3 AM?" Like, the amount of times I've accidentally posted something at 3 AM, that's not even a peak time, Trolley. That's not even a peak time.
I post too many things at like 2 to 4 in the morning. Like I raided out one day and I'm looking at my raids and I just see Mistress
Yeah.
Graves 12 times raided me with one viewer, and I still posted that photo at 2 a.m. and I just put big fan and tagged her.
Yeah.
And that
Which
post
is fine.
that post still got like 10 likes. And 10 likes is like my average and I'm fine with that. But it was just funny because for me,
No, yeah.
as much as I know I have to do that kind of stuff, I have to follow trends, follow posting time, stuff
Eh,
like that. And I do it for some stuff over others.
it's hard.
Twitter's just a place where I legitimately
Oh,
do not
yeah.
give a fuck, and it's my second biggest platform still.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. But also at the same time, me not giving a fuck almost exposed my phone number when I was doing my solo podcast. But that's besides the point. Uh, we don't talk about that. That's when I was like 13 years old, begging for
Wow.
attention from YouTubers because I've also surrounded myself with way too much content over 12 years, 13 years, however long I've been on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's been terrible. Now, the last kind of thing I want to talk about before we start diving into a little bit of your content creation properly
Mhm.
is you do photography,
Yep.
you do, you've been involved in videography,
Yep.
but there's another art that you told me about specifically that I didn't know until I started doing a little bit more research. It's the fact that you like to doodle and draw and you're good at it.
I do doodle.
Now, I want
I'm a
to
doodler.
ask because you sent me this photo, but I found the actual one because you've had this for about 7 years. What is your favorite doodle out of everything on that board?
I'm so curious where you got that photo. Interesting. Okay. What was the question?
What is your favorite doodle on this board that you created like 7 years ago and then still decided to send me a
Yeah,
photo of
I
today?
did. I did. That was not the photo I sent you.
It was not the photo you sent me. I
Yeah.
told you I found the actual one.
Interesting. My favorite doodle out of this? Honestly, one of my favorite drawings out of this entire page, I have two.
Okay.
The one at the bottom left, the girl with the makeup running is one of my favorite ones I've done. It has so much depth and power to it as an image, I think personally.
Hmm.
Um, and overall, I really love the face. With this entire board, I don't like drawing faces. I'm very bad at it. But I
No,
like
you're not.
drawing like bodies and moments.
Hmm.
I'm not great. But the other one is the girl with the skeleton encasing her, like
Yeah,
you can see it. Her
near the
arms are
middle.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, her arms are like this, but then the rib cage is like around the arms. And I think I saw that picture on Pinterest and I tried to recreate it with like the fingers and like the bullet like going through the skull rather than her head, like just kind of like the idea of what your mind can do for self-harm. Like can harm yourself like some of the most with the way your mind starts to spiral, you know? So
Yeah.
I think those are my two favorites. But
Well,
a lot of the stuff on that board is all like song quotes.
I believe it. I mean, when I have this picture zoomed in and I'm reading everything, I'm like, you are such a Tumblr girl from 7 years ago. It makes
I never
sense.
had Tumblr
Okay,
actually.
scene girl,
I
Reddit girl, Pinterest
I
girl. Do I need to go
never had
about all
any
that
Pinterest
category that are the
maybe.
exact
Yeah.
same?
You could have said Pinterest, but I was not a Vine, I was not a Tumblr. I was like one of the girls who was like all my friends were Tumblr girls and YouTuber girls and like chased the trends and the cinnamon challenges and I was just like, "Have fun. I'm going to go study for English." And then I would study for English and then be like, "Okay, art time."
That's
And then I
fair.
would just do like I was very nerdy.
Now, I have the question because this is like the personal side of it.
Okay.
Is you sent me a different version of that photo.
Yes.
Did you take that and then send it to me, or was that one that you just had saved on your phone?
No, I took it.
You took it. So you still have those doodles around you.
Yeah, yeah.
So the photo that I found was from like 2015.
Yeah,
So you made those a
I saw the
long
board.
time ago.
Yeah.
What else
I
have you done since?
since oh,
Like, do you still doodle in your spare time kind of thing to help distract yourself, let's say mentally?
yeah. Yeah, I don't as much anymore. I've gotten so into editing and content creation that it's so hard to find the time.
Mm-hmm.
And without one of the big things I think is without practicing your skills, you can lose them and you
Oh
can
yeah,
regain them with more practice, but it just takes a lot of discipline in order to gain those back. And so not, having not drawn or like even read a book really, like the thought of picking up a book is a huge task to me now.
that's
Because
fair.
I don't read on the everyday.
Hmm.
But I think the last time I painted was towards the start of the pandemic, and actually one of my first the stream I got affiliated on, I believe, was a painting stream
Oh shit.
a very long
Okay.
time ago. So I do paintings.
Hmm.
I do like sticker
You said doo
boards.
doo.
I do painting. I do sticker boards. I have like a bunch of canvases that are wrapped with like old band shirts. So I have like the back logos on them.
Okay.
So I still do art. Um, I find that I have to be in a very emotionally motivated place though in order to do art in that way.
That's fair. No, I fully get that. And like
Mhm.
for me, the only doodles I did were stick figures in that like swaggy S that everybody drew back in high
Yeah,
school.
the three
The
lines and the
three
three
lines, and
lines and
then
the
yep. So that was like the only thing I could draw, and I was good at the S's. I was terrible at stick figures. Don't ask
yeah.
how. But I want to ask you in regards to like your doodling.
Mhm.
If that board is from 7 years ago, when did it all start, and when did you realize like, I'm actually good at this, even if you don't want to admit it. Like you are, not every artist is good at every aspect of drawing,
Ye-
and for you, you are
Yeah.
very good at drawing body features,
Yeah.
head, like shoulders, knees, and toes. As the song goes, you're able to draw the outline of a body and hair and stuff like that. And you say you're bad with faces, but the bottom right of this proves otherwise. When did you start actually doodling, and were you, like, even though it's always a learning process, were you always able to focus on that kind of feature, or was there something else that you started with?
Um, no, I never like growing up, we had a whiteboard that I would draw on, right? And you'd just be able to erase it. But I also used to I used to create my own characters. I think I still have like a folder down in the basement of like all my old characters, and I'm talking like big boobs, big butt, skinny waist, like essentially Archie Comics style characters. And I would give them names and I would give them personality traits. And like there'd be guys, and then I would draw them out, and then I would like match up the storylines. Like everything had a plot in my life. Nothing was without motivation, motive.
You
But
beat me to it, because I was about to say you're referencing something that you liked back in the day, and that's Archie Comics.
I love Archie Comics. I have an entire tote bin full of Archie Comics. Yeah.
Holy shit!
They were my, I don't know if everyone has this, but I used to like go to the bathroom at like 9 o'clock at night and just like take a shit. Pardon my language, obviously, whatever.
Oh no,
Take a
we're not 18
shit.
plus or anything.
Yeah. Take a shit. And I would just like read Archie Comics over and over again till like the pages were like, and then I'd sticky note. I would be sticky in there, sticky noting my favorite comics
So
every
you
night. Every night.
you had a scheduled shit time to read Archie Comics
Scheduled shit. Yeah, it
with
was just
sticky
for the
notes
Archie
in the bathroom.
Yeah, I essentially cleared out like a drawer in my parents' bathroom that like was meant for like hair dryers and straighteners, and I cleared it out, threw everything out of it, and I was like, you know what, this drawer's for my Archie comics. And I had them all lined up in order from like numbered series. I had them numbered in order with the sticky notes, and I would have a little pencil in there too with a little diary, and it was just like if I got out of the shower and I was just like chilling and drying off, I'd just sit on the bath mat and just like read Archie comics. Like I wasn't a big comic kid. Like I never read superhero stuff, but got very into Archie comics. So I used to just draw Archie stuff all the time, like Archie style
I'm totally
art.
not judging you or anything.
Fine,
Totally not.
okay.
Hey, no, listen. Every time
You
I go
can't
to,
tell me you didn't bring like your Game Boy into the bathroom.
okay, listen. Fun story. I've never talked about this one before. I was so addicted to my Mario DSi that I was taking a piss, had my
No,
PP in one hand and my DS in the other, and I dropped it in the piss.
I've never
Fried the
had that
DSi.
happen.
Never
I've
talked about that one before. I don't
your
know why
pit
that core
fried
memory
it.
just got unlocked.
Bro, what were you drinking back then? Straight Mountain Dew and like flaming hot Cheetos?
Okay, no,
Like,
it was
holy
pre
shit.
that. There was no
It
flaming
was
hot
pre
Cheetos.
Mountain
Th-
Dew.
This was like when I was 7.
I don't know.
I
You
don't know.
could have been on fried your DS, dude.
It
I've
fried.
actually never
Well,
had that
water damage,
happen.
instant water damage. DSi
That's
was
crazy.
like if you
I guess
brought
it wasn't waterproof,
if you
yeah.
brought a DS into
Yeah.
even the rain, you would fry any part of your DS and it wouldn't work anymore because it was a dual screen,
Yeah.
like
It
2
wasn't
exposed
waterproof.
screens with speakers right beside. And if you close it, the backside, there's the tiniest piece of plastic blocking that motherboard. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, any and all water damage can
Actually,
get
you
into that
said
DSi.
DSi you had?
Yeah, it was a DSi. It was a Mario edition DSi. It was very limited edition. I dropped it in the toilet full of piss. I don't know why that's a core memory, but just unlocked. And I'm just like, well, fuck. I feel like I have to talk about this.
I just cleaned my drawer. I had my DSi in there,
I don't know
but
where
I
mine
I
is.
just cleaned it.
Mine is also somewhere. I think it might
Yeah,
be either in like storage container in my closet or something. But I have
yeah,
like I
I
have a
have
dark blue
it.
DSi as well.
I have
But the
the my brother
screen,
had the dark blue. I had the white.
the screen is just so flappy. Like the one
I don't have mine's like perfect condition other than
how
looking dirty because it's white.
how? Because like for me, the little like latch that or little plastic that covers
Oh,
like the
yeah,
latch
yeah.
snapped and it's just like it just flaps around.
No, I
Don't
don't
make
know.
any comments on that. But that's all I gotta say. Anyways,
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
we're gonna move on from that because the last thing I want to talk about before we kind of get into like a halfway transition point. We've talked about your
Mhm.
arts,
Mhm.
but I need to talk about something that I can't really talk about with many guests.
Okay.
And that is the fact that you are also Canadian and you hate my guts because you've never made any effort to actually meet up with me, even though we've
Mhm.
known each other for how long now and we live in the same city.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
yeah, I got a bone to pick with you now.
No.
You are going to be in my neck of the woods tomorrow and now
Mhm.
Saturday. I just found that one out too.
Saturday, I'm not. No,
Okay,
we're
listen, we don't
I
talk
had
about
to have
Saturday,
date.
but
Okay, yeah,
tomorrow you're in my neck of the woods,
I
and I haven't
am.
heard a, hey, do you want to go to Timmy's? Hey, do you want to
I
go to Pizza Pizza? Like, just the most cliche
if you wanna
Canadian shit, but
if you
no.
wanna if you wanna meet up, if you wanna be at Union Station at 2 p.m. tomorrow
Yeah?
and wait for me for until I get there because I'm not sure what time we're leaving to go to Union. Yeah, I will see you there. I will
I'm,
text you when we leave, and then I'll let you know.
I am only joking, and I'm not trying to put you on
No,
the spot to make plans with me. I'm
I'm down
only
to make
joking.
plans. Duh.
Literally, I'm down to make plans. I'll meet up with you tomorrow if you're actually serious. We'll talk about it
Mhm,
off stream and off the
mhm.
podcast. But like, I'm saying all of that to actually talk about what we've mentioned a couple times, the pandemic. Now,
Yes.
with us being Canadians, both being in Ontario,
Mhm,
the province that got hit the hardest,
mhm.
COVID was a big factor in regards to changing our life, and I would honestly say for the better. What I've found out is not only did you lose your job because of COVID, I pretty much also lost mine. Our
Yeah.
contracts got cut, but it led into a better opportunity. You and I both
Mhm.
started streaming within 2 weeks apart, like 2 weeks of each other.
Did we?
Yep.
When
We
did you
both
start
started in
again?
June. We both started in June
We
2020.
did start in June.
But I
Yeah.
don't count my start as actually in June. But if you go to my Twitch tracker, it's like June 5th is my first stream.
Yeah.
And like June 18th is your first or something like that. I saw the date. But
Crazy.
I want to ask you before we talk about that streaming
Yeah.
aspect, do you think that with us in Canada compared to America and every other place in the world, do you
Mhm.
think we got let off easy when it came to COVID restrictions, or do you think we got hit like harder than most places? And was that for a good reason or a bad?
Um, Honestly, I haven't put too much thought into it, actually. Like when it started, it was kind of what it was. We were everyone was just so unsure of what was happening.
Yeah.
I still have a mask and I still wear my mask in very public situations. I went to a concert a few months ago and I wore my mask there. So as for like mask restrictions, no. But as for the fact that like we just couldn't get our shit together, and I'll be very public about it. We had no idea what we were doing as a province or maybe as a country as a whole. But I think having us shut down and open up and shut down and open up was more devastating for not only the society's mental as a whole, but also just like our economy, like everything. They're like, we need to open it up for the economy, and I'm like, yeah, but then if
When you
we
close it
all
2
get,
weeks later.
yeah, like what does that do? Especially if I can support your economy purchasing my shit online.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Like, and then also it's coming through Canada Post, which supports those workers who have to deliver that to us. Like,
Yep.
I'm still keeping people in business. But overall, I think like, yeah, I think we just couldn't get our shit together.
Hey, listen, you
So
mentioned
with
Canada Post. I still got to go pick up something. This is Gamer Subs, and I know it, and I have to go pick it up, and I just haven't had time. Probably
oh,
gonna go tomorrow.
I'm giving you my address. You're gonna ship me gamer subs
I
tomorrow.
have to. You are still owed a tub.
I am.
Listen,
I
you want a
am.
tub from my charity stream. Where's this tub?
He's probably
It's
already
right
had
here.
a few
This
drinks
is
out of
your
it.
tub that you
I
are
know.
owed of
Hi.
Misfits Melon GG, and you have
Hi, Pop.
still yet to give me an address to ship it to. So I'm just gonna give
Well,
it to you tomorrow.
yeah, if I see you, yeah.
I'm just
You can
gonna
meet me downtown after the concert too. Alright.
either or. I don't care. I have no stream technically planned for tomorrow, so
I'll
if
give
I
you a
don't,
hug. We'll take a quick photo with the amazing Ombrebae, and I'll hop on a train.
you literally just made that sound like that you're the celebrity, and I'm like, oh my god, bitch, I'm such a big fan. No,
Sign my
no.
Gigi subs.
I'm like, sign my tub. No, we're not doing that. But for
Good.
real, if we meet tomorrow, we meet tomorrow. If not, it's not.
Yeah,
It don't
yeah.
matter.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you your
Mhm.
GG one way or another. If I have to ship it to you, I have to ship it to you. I don't care because Canadian to Canadian shipping is easy as shit. But I
Very.
want to ask you: do you think that we are ever actually gonna go back to pre-pandemic when it comes to society, or do you think the way that it is now, with some people wearing masks, some people not, in very public places as well, and some slight restrictions when it comes to social distancing, do
Mhm.
you think that that has become the new normal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
And whether it's good or bad, I don't know.
that
Maybe
was
like,
my next question.
yeah, maybe when I'm 50 and I'm like, wow, we wasted so much time, but I don't really know what the future holds. So like right now, maybe this is the right decision.
Yeah,
For us, but I don't think anything will go back. I think if anything in the future, the 4-day work week is being heavily considered right now, and I
I
think that might benefit
really,
us.
really hope that that happens.
Yeah, I think that might benefit us as a whole for society. I think that this has made working remotely a lot more possible for a lot of people,
Yep.
and I think that then helps with like childcare. I think that helps with the talk of like carbon emissions and cars and carpooling and gas prices. I think all of that, obviously not that this is like me forcing my political opinion on it, but I think all of that really has an effect. Like now that we've seen what we are capable of, right? Like I
Yeah.
think that has a huge effect on us as a society, us as a whole. And no, I don't think anything will ever go back.
I,
Ever.
I fully agree with you. I think we are ending up more, I won't say like China per se, and this isn't any kind of like racist or stereotypical thing, and I don't want this to be taken out of context from people, but the way that China operates is a lot of people still wear the mask there, or their masks. This was
Mhm.
well before pre-pandemic,
Oh yeah.
because of how terrible the air is in China, the mass
Hmm.
pollution that they experience. And for people that don't know anything about Canada, and especially Toronto and the GTA where we live, the
Oh,
pollution is
it's
terrible.
bad. Oh,
Pollution
it's so
is
bad.
fucking terrible. And with global
Oh
warming being at an all-time high of risk,
yeah.
um, we're all like everywhere around the world was getting either really hot or really cold.
Hmm.
Pollution plays a big factor in keeping that heat in. And for us, and this isn't to say that we had it worse than others, because I know people down in Texas had it terribly, and California had it
Oh
terribly, and
yeah.
Florida had it terribly because they're known to be
But
hot and they already got
talking
hotter.
about, yeah, talking about Canada
We're
though,
talking about Canada, a place, yeah.
Toronto is a melting pot of so much
Tor-
weather.
Toronto is usually neutral enough to where the cold and the hot don't bother you. If you are a
Yeah.
Canadian and you grew up in the GTA, you can wear a hoodie and sweats in 30-degree weather, like Celsius, by the way. We don't talk
Mhm.
about freedom units.
Yeah.
Or you could wear a t-shirt and shorts in negative 20-degree weather. And either
Yeah.
way, you'd still roughly feel the same. With
Yeah.
what it is now, it's like I'm a person that always wears pants. I've been like I've had to resort to wear shorts everywhere. Um,
The summer's been very hot. the winter, I remember when I was working like directly in the city,
Yeah.
the winters were freezing. Like I would stand at the bus stop and my fingers would just be frosting. Like
Yep.
I physically was in pain and I hated going to work in the morning.
Now, the one thing for me is I'll say,
And
like, I'm as Canadian as they come when it comes to the cold. Like, that
yeah.
t-shirt and shorts thing is not a meme. It's actually what I wear in the winter if I
Yeah.
have to go, like, to the store or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the things I remember, if you're talking about, like, being very cold, is I was in a t-shirt and shorts, walked to the gas station that was just down the street from my old place, and there's this one girl who has a flat tire. The tire's completely popped. They can't pump air into it, and they got their spare in the trunk. And these are two girls who have never changed a tire in their life, and I'm doing automotive class at this point. Like, changing a
Yeah.
tire is so easy. So I said, yeah, I'll change your tire. Don't worry. I have nothing better to do. And it's like 9:30 at night, negative 25 degrees Celsius, snow covering the ground. I'm in t-shirt, shorts, and a flip-flops. Like,
Not the flip-flops.
not the flip-flops, but I'm on
Yeah.
my hands and knees, pumping up this car, changing their tire. It takes me about 30 minutes, but thankfully the gas station owners and everybody there knew who I was because I'm like a very frequent customer. I bought way too many sweets. But they also brought me out like cardboard boxes for my knees and stuff like that. If I didn't have that, I wasn't able to change that tire,
Yeah.
realistically. I would more than likely have frostbite on my knees. But talking about the Canadian aspect is that is one of my colder experiences. I'm worried with how much global warming is going to affect the winter in the GTA this year.
It's bad. It's bad. And also too, when you're talking about like the fact that it keeps like the pollution keeps the air, like the heat in and the
Keeps the
cold
heat in, keeps
in.
the cold in, it keeps
It
everything in.
keeps the smell in too.
Yep.
Like in when Toronto gets hot, I promise you, you've never smelt anything like it.
Unless you're going to TwitchCon San Diego this October, because we all know for a fact that 80% of Twitch streamers don't know what deodorant is, and it's gonna fucking suck. The
True.
20% are everybody that's over 1,000 followers, realistically. I'm looking at you, Della, who's like another podcast guest coming up in September,
Uh-huh.
who's under 1,000 followers. Not to call you out on your size, but you probably don't know what deodorant is, you smelly bitch.
Damn.
Anyways, it's just fun calling random people out. If they ever hear this, it's gonna be
Got
great.
you. Got you.
See, what's deodorant? Who's deodorant? I don't know what deodorant. But no, it's gonna be funny because I'm walking through TwitchCon with a bottle of like spray on deodorant. I'm spraying people's necks if they smell like shit. I don't care. You can
Damn.
call it harassment. I'm
Savage.
like, nah, bitch. You smell. This is gonna help you, and I'm not gonna give you Axe. I'm gonna give you like a nice deodorant. Like I use Old Spice spray on, and this shit's going on the back of somebody's neck.
He's like, I pulled out the expensive shit
I
for
pulled
this.
out expensive shit. This is like nine. I just slapped it on my keyboard. It's like $9 a can. I'm spraying it
Wow.
all over people. It is
Not
what it
the Old
is.
Spice.
Before we talk about your streaming, I want to talk about the halfway point of the podcast that a lot of people get to know about and like, and it's a great way to get to know you from our community and from your community, which you've been kind enough to bring in. I got 20 rapid fire questions.
Oh no.
It's not like it's not anything that's got a right or a wrong answer. It's based on your preferences, and if you want to build any story on any of your answers, you're more than welcome to. But I want to start off with what your favorite day of the week is.
My favorite day of the week, Saturday.
What is your favorite city in Canada besides the ones that you've lived in?
Oh, so Toronto doesn't count? Shit.
Nope.
Ottawa.
Okay, fair. Favorite holiday?
Favorite Halloween.
Good choice. First
Halloween.
celebrity crush?
Oh, Josh Ramsey from Marianas Trench. Had blue hair and a tongue piercing. Mwah. Loved him.
I know exactly who you're talking about. That's a problem, too. Place you want to travel to the most currently?
Iceland. My grandma was from there.
Makes sense. I was just like, wait a fuck, if it has the most random answer I've ever heard. Like, you know, most people say Greece, Italy, Tokyo, stuff like
Somewhere
that.
warm, yeah.
Iceland, where it's all green, and in Greenland's all ice.
Yeah,
Don't
weird.
understand how that works. Cake or pie?
Cake.
What kind in particular? Because that was a quick answer.
Like cheesecake, but also a vanilla cake with vanilla, like, icing. Oh, that shit just hits different.
Ma'am,
but
you
yeah,
know cheesecake is not actually classified as a cake.
What's it classified as? It's not pie.
I believe it is classified as a pie, in a way.
It's not a pie.
Because of the crusting on cheesecake?
No.
Hey, think what you want. It's okay to be wrong. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream?
The whole podcast relies on this answer, by the way. I tell this to
Oh
everybody.
no.
Yep. I
What's
will end
my
the
favorite
podcast
ice
right
cream
now if
flavor?
you disrespect a single flavor.
I'm not going to. I'm just concerned that I don't remember what my favorite flavor is. There's a flavor oh, I actually really like strawberry cheesecake. And I know that's gonna sound hella cringe, but that's like the flavor I get all the time. Just New York style cheesecake ice cream I get all the time with chunks of cheesecake in it and the little graham crackers. Yum.
That doesn't even sound like an ice cream at that
It's
point. That just sounds
strawberry.
like
Imagine it's like ice cream with strawberry swirls.
But that just sounds
It
like
is.
a smushed together cheesecake with extra dairy.
Yeah. You
That's
always gotta
not
have the
ice
extra
cream
dairy,
at
bro.
that point.
100% is ice cream.
All right.
But also, if you're gonna like, I also really like Boo Boo Bubble, and I know that's like a cringy flavor, but it's like with the bubble gum in it.
I'm
I
sorry.
think
What
that
the
shit's
I've
fun.
never heard of that name before in my
Oh
life.
no,
Boo
I
Boo
used
Bubble.
yeah. We used to go to a little ice cream shop near me, and they'd have Boo Boo Bubble, and it was like blue and pink bubblegum swirls with like some
I
yellow
know.
bubblegum swirls.
I've never.
And then it
heard...
had little chiclets. It had like chiclets in it. Like you know the gum?
Yeah.
Chiclets all mixed in there with it.
I've never
And then
heard
as you're
of it.
eating ice cream, you're just
I've never heard of Boo Boo Bubble. Like I know the pink and blue one. It's usually either cotton candy or bubble gum. But
bubblegum.
Boo
It's
Boo
bubblegum flavored
Bubble.
ice cream with the bubblegum in it. And
Boo
that's what it's
Boo
called. Is
Bubble.
Boo Boo Bubble. Don't judge me.
That sounds like
That's what it's
that
called.
sounds like it comes strictly from Baskin Robbins and Baskin Robbins only.
No, does not.
Am
I don't
I
know where
wrong?
it's from.
You don't know where it's from? Then how the
No,
hell did you have it all the time?
well, it was just I don't know what I think it was like Kawartha or something.
Okay, Kawartha Lakes makes sense.
Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
No, that
on
makes sense.
being
It makes
Kawartha.
Listen, my trailer's up at Kawartha Lakes, so
Uh-huh. Oh,
I
she.
I fully get it.
You're taking me there sometime.
Hell no.
Decided. Ow, rude.
Hell no. You are not making any effort to see me. Why do I gotta bring you up to my
I'm
trailer?
about to try to make time to see you tomorrow, okay? On another person's schedule, I'm making time to see you tomorrow. So take me to your trailer.
Disappointed. That's gonna be like 3 years in the making because I know for a fact that if I see you tomorrow, I ain't seeing you for another year and a half because you actually hate my guts and it's okay. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yes, all the time.
You know what? I'm not gonna mention that. I'm not.
Sometimes things like textures bother me. So the thought that like my feet are gonna get all dirty and sandy, gross.
Okay, I respect it.
I have to wear protection at all times.
I really wish I could jokingly press my end button during a podcast recording, but I really can't. So just imagine that 8-bit Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up is playing right now with this scene that's saying this is totally the end of stream. My mod smell omega lol. That's all we're gonna imagine that's playing right now, and now it's done on a scale from 1 to 10. How good are you at keeping secrets?
Oh, what's the good one?
Standard. On a scale from 1 to 10, how good are you?
1 is bad.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets? 1 is like you spill everything to everyone.
I'm like a 5.
Okay. Honest
like
answer.
my mom knows who you're sleeping with, but like no one else in our friend group knows. So really, I don't know.
My mom knows who you're sleeping with? What?
Yeah. Like I'll tell my mom. No one else has to know, just my mom.
That's fair. That's fair.
I hit her up. I'm like, Mom. Yeah, she's totally sleeping with him.
Jesus Christ. Big dogs or small dogs?
Small dogs.
Weirdo. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Like corgi sized.
Okay, Corgi's fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if you're talking about like a teacup chihuahua, get out of here.
No, I'm not talking about a person.
Corgi's beautiful. Love those dogs.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite car or dream car, if you have one?
A convertible. I used to have an orange Hot Wheels convertible. It had 2 black stripes coming up the front of it. I don't know what brand that is.
I'm so sorry for laughing.
I think it's a Corvette.
I was about to say, do you mean a Corvette? Because a convertible is a type of car. Like, it's a type of
You asked what kind of car I want.
It's an addition to a car.
Oh, that's what I want.
A convertible is just a drop top.
If you could make my Subaru into a convertible, I would take it.
I'm just sorry. That is the greatest answer I've ever had to that question. What's your favorite car? A convertible? Eddie, just give me one. Drop top, please.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, if my hair is not flipping in the wind and smacking everything in sight, I don't want it.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Poutine.
That's the most Canadian answer you could give. I haven't had a poutine in like forever.
Poutine slaps.
There's one place in Peterborough called the Whistle Stop that has over 100
Love
different
Whistle
flavors.
Stop.
Whistle Stop's so good.
My ex used to be from Peterborough. Oh my God, Whistle Stop
is
slapped.
so good. Every time I go
So
up to
good.
Peterborough, it's gotten so much worse under new ownership. But
I have not
like
been there in a long time.
5+ years ago was
Mhm.
the go-to spot for me. Like I would buy a large bacon poutine because I'm basic as fuck, but it would last me like 2 days.
Mhm. Yep, I used to just get regular poutine, or I think it was like deep fried curd that I would also get. I would get the deep fried curd.
That just sounds like a new style of meme. Like let's not bring back to 2021 deep fried memes.
No, I'm not a meme bitch. Anyways,
That's true. That's why I can't send you shit on Instagram because
I know.
you suck at reacting, giving or getting presents.
I really like getting presents. I know
Honest
that's a
answer.
rude
No,
answer
no, it's an honest
because
answer.
everyone should give, and I like giving too. But like then I give, and I'm like, okay, but where's mine? And I
Honest
know that's
answer. I
bad.
like nobody could judge you for being honest about it. You can't like if you're just trying to be a people pleaser. Oh my god, yeah, I love giving presents. It's so much fun seeing the
Love
person's
it.
face. And in reality,
Yeah.
you're like, just buy me a car, pay for my house. Like that's
Yeah,
the
you know
gift.
the secret to my heart? A man that buys me an iPad. I'm in desperate need for an iPad right now. Don't really know why. I just really want one. So, like, first come, first serve.
You
You
heard
want to
that,
put
ladies
down
and
that
gentlemen.
investment.
Yep, buy Sarah an iPad, and she will give you her heart. And no, we're not talking about like an eye patch, or we're not talking about a pad that
No,
you put on your eye. We're talking
no.
about the Apple product here, you cheap fucks.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
buy the first generation one off Facebook Marketplace for like $150 because she never
That's
classified what one
no
she wants. Boom,
pause timeout.
done. Nope, can't classify it now because I already exposed pizza or
No.
pasta.
Pizza or pasta? Why do I have to make a decision on that?
Because
I think that's rude and honestly disrespectful
that's
to
okay.
assume one must be better than the other.
Who
Pasta. It's gonna be pasta
cares?
because
Good job. Good answer. Smart
pasta's
answer.
good
Pasta
in
is
any
very good.
form.
And
Pasta's good in any form.
if
Pizza's
you're going
okay at
downtown,
others.
if you're going downtown Toronto, you have to go to the place called the Hot House if you like
I've
pasta.
never been to Hot House, but there is a place in Toronto that makes their own pasta. I forget what it's called, the Pasta Shelf or something.
I recognize what place you're talking
Yeah,
about. I've never been
I
there
went
though.
there once, and they made like fresh pasta right in front of you, and then put it into your bowl, and then like put fresh toppings. It was so good.
I need that. All right, I take you
Hmm
to the trailer. You take me to that place. Done, done. Favorite video game series of all time?
Uh, uh,
Ah,
uh,
Valorant is not a game series.
no, I know. Honestly, I really enjoyed Kena Bridge of Spirits. Like the new one that came out, it was very much Legend of Zelda, but overall, I just thought it was so beautiful, and the experience of playing it was just unbelievable. But like old school Donkey Kong 64 slapped.
It does slap, just
Yeah.
like the barrel slapping Mario in the face. It slaps. At what age do
Yeah.
you want to retire? And don't say tomorrow or today.
Um, no, I would like to retire when I'm like 60.
Okay, so
Yeah.
realistic age.
Yeah.
I respect
Will it
that.
happen? No, but
55.
yeah.
55 will happen. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk, 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 milk.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get to
Yeah.
see I get to see, if people are picky or not with that one. LA or
I'm
New
so
York? Where would you want to live?
I think I would, oh my God, Red's atrocious in both of them. I would want to live. New York is screaming at me, but I think LA.
I love how rent was the first thing you mentioned about those places. Not the traffic, not the lifestyle, not the cuisine. The fucking rent, man.
Yeah, well, I'm like financially, how can I feasibly make that an option? I'm like downtown New York or downtown LA, both atrocious. So,
Very much so. And
but I have a playlist on Spotify called Find Me in Cali, and it's just every song that mentions Cali that I like. So I think it'd have to be California because I don't have a New York playlist.
that's fair. I mean, there's not really many songs that mention New York anyways, unless it's
No,
like,
York, New
okay, listen,
York.
that's the one that everybody knows. Concrete Jungle, Wet Dreams, and Tomatoes. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can't do.
exactly. No.
What is your current favorite clothing brand?
I really like Aerie.
Oh, okay.
Aerie or Steez brand, because I have to give a shout out to my homie Steez. You can't see it. I'm gonna move this so you can see Steez.
Oh, the one on the mic, yeah.
Yeah, my friend. It's my friend's company.
You gotta get them to pay you for that product placement.
No,
Why not?
I just pay them because I like them.
Product placement. Get free merch for the product placement and promote it
Yeah,
like once a stream or something. Easy.
yeah.
Get your money up. Final question
Nope.
though. Scale from 1 to 10. How good are you at trivia?
Like the
General
three.
knowledge. 3.
Three.
You should have known this was coming since you've been in
I
other
know.
podcasts. You know what happens at the end of these. We got
Hmm.
trivia at the end of the podcast. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And if you cheated and studied the answers, I'm gonna be a little upset.
How would I know?
I don't know. It is what it is. Some people might cheat, some people might not. I feel like you didn't cheat. But I want to talk about the beginning of your streaming career. As I mentioned, you and I both started literally within 2 weeks of each other. That is our Twitch tracker.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So you started late June, I started early June, but we both pretty much did the same thing. We streamed a couple times and then skipped a month.
Yes.
You streamed 5 times and then skipped pretty much all of July. I streamed like 7 times and skipped all of August.
Do you want to know why?
Job.
No, I skipped that. I didn't have the job during that time. I skipped that time because I had gotten affiliate and I was so distraught over taking it. Like I didn't think I wanted to take it.
Interesting.
So
Why was that?
I just didn't stream. What?
Why was that?
I had gotten rated by a big streamer, um, who like essentially carried his viewership over and they hung out for a while after that. But
Okay.
I just like didn't feel like I, had worked for it or really earned it. And like my ex was still hanging around at that point. So it was just like a whole lot going on where I was just like, I don't know if I want this. And then I did.
So what made you kind of like take that leap of faith and accept affiliate and then start streaming on a more consistent rate? Because you could see throughout most of August you streamed almost every single day. September was about 50%, and now even still to this day, besides the month hiatus you're on, you've streamed like
Yeah.
3 to 4 days a week consistently.
Hmm.
So what made you take affiliate and kind of jump into the streaming world?
I think I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? If anything happens here, it's a really good business experience. I'm responsible for everything, and I could maybe make this into something. I mean, look where it's gotten me so far. I've made a bunch of new friends online, and you know, like I've seen myself grow as a person and become more social. Like my old clips are just embarrassing. So you can just
Speaking
see
of
yourself
old clips,
grow.
I have one. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
could have gone
They're
through your old
bad.
clips, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need to. They're already
No.
up there. They're embarrassing, and no, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
there is something I do want to talk about for the beginning of
Mhm.
your streaming adventures. So I
Yeah.
might have reached out to a couple people, and 2 people both mentioned one instance in particular.
Who did you reach
You
out to?
apparently love a stick of butter on one of your streams.
Who did you reach out
I'm
to?
not gonna let you know because I don't want to expose them. But can you talk to me about the butter experience and why your nickname is
Oh
Butterbay?
my god.
Why is
Yeah,
your
I have
nickname Butterbay?
no.
Why is your nickname Butterbay? Because I've been told that you not only ate an entire stick of butter one stream, you also had like a tablespoon of butter on another stream. Unless they're the
Yeah.
same one, and there's also a butter
Oh
command
no.
in your stream that I never knew about until like yesterday. So like,
Yeah.
why are you Butterbay?
I so I was my friends from college were hanging out and we were playing some Fall Guys and chilling, and they were all in chat just chilling. And this was back when I only had like 5 viewers. We were all chilling and they were like, if you don't win this next game, I dare you to eat butter. And I was like, I got this. I didn't have it. So then I went and got the butter and they all hopped in my call, and there's like a clip where all you can hear is them being like, butter, eat the butter, like over and over again, just a bunch of my guy friends. And then I was just eating the butter, gagging. And so everyone loved it so much. There was like a command that we ran with for a long time called Challenge Bay. So I'd be challenged to like I think it was eat garlic with Skittles because that's what I had. So I ate garlic with Skittles. It was eat a clove of garlic and then take a shot of vodka. That didn't go well. Can we just talk about the fact that garlic is spicy and vodka makes things extra spicy? It was very painful. I was very in pain. And I've like slap eggs of milk. Like I just like I've done some shit for some weird things, and I don't know why. I just kind of went. Everyone seemed to like it, and I was just like kind of a people pleaser. So I was like, "Here you go, guys. I will do this for you." But
S-
yeah, so people call me Butterbae, and I
So,
had an emo. I even made a little emo of a little stick of butter, and it said Butterbae. Yeah,
so out
that
of
was
all
one of
the
my
challenges you have done,
yeah.
what has been the worst? Is it the garlic with vodka?
Garlic with vodka, hands down.
So,
I will slap bags of milk and say, mommy milkers, any day of the week, any day of the week. Just don't make me do garlic and vodka again, please."
because I was about to say, what has been the easiest challenge then that you expected to be hard? Because can't be slapping bags of
Mm,
milk.
no, it wasn't. Easiest one I think was the butter. Butter really isn't that bad. It was okay.
I am changing your contact name.
Oh, spicy?
No, to Butterbay.
Yeah,
Even though,
do it.
yeah, I'm totally gonna change your contact name on Instagram because that's the only thing you message me on.
You can text me. I'll give you my number.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I got a female's number. Where's the air horn? Where's the air horn? Let's go. Anyways, you couldn't hear the air horn, but everybody else could, and that's all that matters. No, I got told to ask about Butterbay by a couple people, so yeah, you're welcome.
So curious who you talk to.
You'll never find out. It's okay. It is
Yeah.
perfectly fine. And damn right it is a rare thing, Rucus, you cute bitch. How are you? It's good to see you. I won't be able to answer anything else because this is a live recording of the podcast that gets uploaded on Spotify and YouTube. So for people that don't know, if you're listening on Spotify and YouTube right now, hello, hi, welcome. Even though we're like almost an hour, actually we are an hour in, I want to shout y'all out for listening because you're great and you're amazing people and you're the reason why I upload these, even though I'm the most inconsistent prick you'll ever meet when it comes to uploading them. Congratulations to myself. But you started off your streaming journey with a beautiful game
Yeah.
called Golf with Your Friends. You are the only person I've ever met that starts their streaming journey with a party game.
Yeah.
How did that
That was one of the
start?
first games I played.
Golf with Your Friends is the first game you've ever played on stream. It was your first ever stream. I
Wow.
need to know why that was your first, and what of all things
I
made you
thought it
click
was
go
Minecraft.
live while playing that game?
I guess it kind of starts with like how I found out about streaming. It was the pandemic. I really wasn't doing much, and my friend was like, "You're playing games every day with us." Like it was just me and a bunch of my guy friends just gaming.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really been a part of the gaming space before, so he was like, "You know what? You should stream on Twitch." Because they were kind of streaming on Twitch at that time, but they were so casual with it. So I was just like, "Sure, why not?" So I hit go live, and we were probably just playing golf with friends one night. I didn't even think that was like the first game I played, to be honest.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Golf with Your Friends is the first game that you played, and
Wow.
after that, it went to Minecraft.
Yes. That's when I first got Minecraft. That was my first time playing Minecraft.
That's
And I
not.
played Fortnite to start off with. I was a baby Fortnite streamer.
I never knew that one. I might have missed it. But I want to ask you, since you started off on Golf with Your Friends and as a party game, and you were never really in the gaming atmosphere before,
Mhm.
what was the reason behind clicking go live then?
Um, I don't really know, really. I guess I could go back a little farther. So pandemic happens. And
Mm-hmm.
I maybe this gets into kind of something that you're gonna ask in the future or not. I'm not sure, but
Maybe because this is kind of the second half where I only have a couple notes and we're winging everything else
okay,
based on
perfect.
just knowledge that I have.
Bet. So I um essentially had started streaming and or like before I had started streaming, sorry, I had decided to like start gaming. And I was big into Fortnite throughout college. I would come home from lunch at college every day and play a few games of Fortnite to try to get my challenges, and I would play like after getting my work done, play late at night with my friends, and we'd all be on Discord. And we used Discord to finish our work, we used Discord to watch movies, like all this stuff was happening. So I've learned about Discord, and through my ex, I learned about Twitch. And one of the first streamers I used to watch was Sexy Hexy. He now goes by Hexy. He's a toxic degen Dead by Daylight streamer. He's a killer main, and I thought he was cute. He's I don't know.
I wonder how
But
many
no,
times I've heard that one from you.
yeah. Anyways, so I started watching him, and that's kind of how I found out about Twitch. Um, which was super cool, but also like I didn't really know. So pandemic happened. I posted a photo on Twitter around that time as well. Um, of me in a swimsuit, and I didn't realize Twitter wasn't for that. I didn't realize Twitter wasn't for swimsuits. And I got body shamed because Summer Rae had shared my photo because it was her swimsuit line. And if you guys don't know Summer Rae, she's a
Hmm.
very beautiful woman um, and an influencer. So 400,000 people saw the post, and 400,000 people saw that I did not look like Summer Rae. So I was being fat shamed on the internet. And on top of that, for an entire year, my ex had been coming back to me, trying to get with me after being in a toxic relationship with him. And so I essentially was just like kind of spiraling in a really, really bad mind space. So in order to cheer myself up, my friend like suggested it. My friend was just like, you know what? Like honestly, they probably suggested it because they were like, I'm so tired of you. Like, shut up. But also, like, I think they suggested it because I was just in such a bad place that I needed something creative to distract me. And gaming just like there's that space between the loading screens and that space where your monitor is black, where like you just see your reflection and or your mind wanders and you don't get that drive or that motivation to really
That
excel
power.
or do
Stay
anything.
hungry
Yeah.
and devour.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I had to brighten the mood a little bit from that
true,
topic.
I
I'm
know, it was very
sorry.
dark, it was
Hey,
very dark.
listen, we've had that conversation before. You were
Yeah,
on my charity stream where we talked about mental health. You were
yeah,
one of the 15 streamers that came on, and you did talk about the story for people that might have missed it, which
mhm,
it is a very shitty situation on what happened before your streaming,
yes,
but the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because it is
yeah,
still a good story for people to understand that, like, streaming has brought some of us out of the darkest places in our life, or one of the darkest places in our life,
yeah,
and it's
it
literally
really
because of
has.
the community that we build and the people that stick around that want to support us, that, like, we can't put it into words of how grateful we are for them. Even though, like, I say my mods fucking suck, they are the backbone for me, and that's the one and only time that I'll ever, compliment my mods. But at the end of the day, it's like, with our
Mhm.
streaming journey, we are only the face that they see, but they're the ones that keep us going, the community that we built. And for you, you've been doing this for just over 2 years now. I want to ask you, like, what has been some of your favorite memories that you've created with your community?
I don't know.
She don't love you guys. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's all been a roller coaster. It's been hard, like, and I'll be honest with it, like, I'm honest about it. It's been hard recently for me to focus on the good things and on my growth and on everything. Because I have had a lot of people just like leave recently. Like people aren't as invested in my journey anymore. They're not as invested in me. Um, like my mods haven't been around. And they were some of my closest friends. I would game with them all the time, and they haven't been around. And it's just one of those things where sometimes it's hard to focus on the good stuff. But I remember when I used to game with them, I would just be wheezing, laughing about like the fact that like I was the van bitch in Phasmophobia, which like that was such a big game back then, and I wouldn't leave the van. And I was such like we would have so much fun like laughing in Apex about the fact that I couldn't climb a wall and had no idea how to climb an Apex, and I would just kept falling. Like
You
we
just
would
be
laugh.
jumping at the wall. Like, ah,
Yeah,
ah,
literally, I
ah.
literally. I was like, guys, how'd you get up there? They're like, it just do it. It's like, no, but like, I think those are the big things, and I think a lot of people change and grow, and sometimes it's hard to change and grow with it. But at the same time, like, I really think that some of the happiest times I've had with the community have been with the people who were there at the beginning. Like, I think I was really happy when I started streaming. I'm happy now too,
Yeah.
but I was really happy then. I was so innocent and purely happy
And
just to be gaming.
you are the furthest from innocent. I I I,
Right?
I don't need to get into that kind of topic.
360.
Yeah, the 180, 360 would make you back to innocent. You are not innocent. You are the furthest from it. If I knew you back then compared to what I know now, nope. Nope. You saying you're
Oh,
innocent is straight up cap. Like,
oh,
I kid you not. And
not the
anybody that
cap.
tries to say otherwise is lying. You've
Hmm.
brainwashed them or something. I don't know.
I'm an innocent being.
Cap. Straight cap.
Okay.
But with the beginning of your streaming journey, right? You talk
Yeah.
about how you just play with your friends, how some of the like your favorite moments that you've had,
Yeah.
just streaming in general, right? I get that with a lot of people potentially leaving now, which
Mhm.
is just a cycle of Twitch. As much as we
Oh
hate
yeah,
it, we have to acknowledge it and understand that it
for
is
sure.
like
For sure.
Twitch viewership has dropped 20% across the board
Yeah.
because COVID restrictions are being lifted, people are going back outside, people are living their life again, and it will affect all of us. I
Mhm.
want to ask you for people that might be also, I won't say down in the dumps, but realizing that, they have peaked. They are not where they used to be.
Mhm.
What are a couple things that you tell yourself or that you've kind of learned over time with streaming for over 2 years that other people can learn from you from your experience?
One of the big things I think I would say is just to cherish every moment that you're doing something. Like, it's so easy to get lost in those numbers, but I remember when like I didn't care and I was just playing golf with friends because my friends wanted to game, or 1v1 COD back when I used to play COD because my friends wanted to game and I was just getting shit on, but we were just laughing. You cherish those moments because there are going to be those downs, but like I'm so happy right now remembering that those moments existed. Like even if Twitch were to end tomorrow and not exist, I would still be so honored to have had the experiences I have had on the platform and met the people that I've had the opportunity to meet.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having best friends in other countries. Like if I didn't experience the internet. Imagine how small my life would be. How unimpactful and how minimal my impact, like I said, my impact could be on so many lives. Like I have friends that I call on the daily just to like talk about like my sex life or like my relationships, you know? Like I mean I hit you up and I'm like, guess what? Spicy. And I hit up like Twin and I talked to me and Deanie bra have workouts on Discord calls. Like she'll throw up a workout and we'll work out together. You know, like I've met so many people and I wouldn't give this experience for anything. And I think for anyone who's down in the dumps about those numbers, if just for a second you can take the time to focus on that, like I miss streaming. I miss gaming with my friends. And I think I've been especially because I've been on this hiatus, I was so focused beforehand on my numbers being down and equating it to my existence, like equating it to my worth as a person
Yeah.
and seeing other people thrive in the space. I just equated it and like people have said like my content is like obviously is lacking if I'm not growing and all that. But I think that it's like I don't know. I think everyone's purpose on Twitch is different and I think if you've gone live and you've made one difference in one person's life, like that's really what matters.
Yep.
And sometimes it's hard to think in the moment, you know? But
Very much so. It's something that a lot of people can't grasp in the moment. It's the fact that we have the potential and potentially already have changed people's lives for the better.
yeah.
And you don't know until it's not too late, but it's already way past that moment,
Yeah.
right? And for what we do, even like as just variety gaming streamers, we are still having an impact on somebody who might be having a rough day, who needs some distraction, and we're just getting shit on in whatever game we're playing, and that's the entertainment that they needed, right? They're
Yeah.
they're laughing at our pain, but our pain isn't like a bad pain. Our pain is like this is for entertainment,
Yeah.
and if you can make one person's day, like you've succeeded as a streamer. In
Oh
in,
yeah.
in my idea, in my eyes, you've succeeded as a content creator. if what you produce can make somebody smile, can distract somebody from the daily bullshit of life, then you've done your job.
Yeah, like, to talk on success, like, I hear so many people saying that they wanna make it on Twitch. Like, they wanna be successful on Twitch. What is success? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, are you saying that you are unsuccessful right now?
Yeah.
Like, is that what we're saying? Like, you have been able to make an income off of a digital entertainment platform. That is success.
Yep.
Some people can't even hit affiliate. Like, you are successful.
Yep.
Like, you have sponsorships. You are successful. You have people who wanna work with you.
Yep.
Like, you have followers, you have subs, you have so much content and so much impact and so many friends. Like, are you unsuccessful right now?
The way that I describe success, because everybody's definition is different,
Mhm.
is success is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody else's opinion doesn't matter.
Yes.
Um, you could be succeeding, but you can't be successful, or you could be successful, but you
Interesting.
might not be succeeding.
Yeah.
The,
I don't
there,
disagree.
there is two different ways that you can see it. If you are successful, you have peaked. You are at your end goal. I never want to be successful. I want to always be succeeding, because succeeding is on my way to my final goal. If I have a final goal and that's it, then I am not successful. I should be
Yeah.
able to hit that goal and make another, and then make another, and then make another, and constantly be succeeding,
Yeah.
like, while still hitting those goals of success. Those are hitting goals. I have been
Mhm.
successful in hitting goals. I never
Yeah.
want to permanently be successful.
No, and I think that's a good mindset. Like, I don't think I joined, like, the industry, like, content creation in general, to be successful. Like, for me, if someone's like, "Hey, I actually really like this video," like, I'm I am beyond excited. Like, I'm an attention-seeking bitch. But I also, like, I've been like that since I was little. Like, I strove for top grades in classes and medals and ribbons, and, like, I strove for that for so long that, like, it feels like I have to keep doing it. But sometimes, like, just the smallest thing of, like, "Hey, you know what? We really appreciate that you chose to go live today," or, like, that you took the time to edit this video. Like, I think that's success to me. Like, that's
Yeah,
succeeding, is just having someone appreciate what I'm putting out there.
which is good. And
And I
like,
think that's always gonna be what it is for me. I think that's
knowing
what
your definition is the biggest thing in
yeah.
regards to, just appreciating the goals, no matter how small they might be. Now,
Mhm.
before I kind of talk about the rest of your streaming career, I want to do this fun little segment. This is a shorter one because you're a little bit more private,
Oh,
but
okay.
you've labeled yourself as a cosplay streamer
No, I haven't.
on social media, as you have. And I
Oh,
have a couple
where?
photos here, and I want you to describe why
Where?
you've been in this outfit. Maybe it wasn't for stream per se, but the first one is you dressed up as a graffiti board.
You are
You are
super rude.
you are full
I'm
of
not a
like
cosplay
chalk
streamer.
paste here,
And that was
and you are a graffiti board from downtown Toronto.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened here? Can you talk? Can you walk us through this photo?
That was Run or Die, which, if you don't know, the owner of Run or Die ended up running away with all the proceeds. So, really a marathon of an event. He did go to jail, I think, or something. I don't know. I regret participating. But anyways, it was like an event similar to, like, like the mud run, or the foam run or whatever, where the
Yep.
foam comes out. This was just powdered dust that was thrown at you.
Well, since
It didn't
Caravana happened a couple weeks ago, I figured I'd pull up this photo because a lot of people ended up looking like this from Caravana.
Nice.
But the other one I want to ask, and this is probably the more important one when it comes to cosplay, but why did you end up being like a goth kitty girlfriend for Halloween?
Oh my god. I did a Halloween stream with my friend Brooke. Oh my god. What did we even use? I had bought, like, face paint. No, I didn't even have that's not even face paint. You wanna know what that is?
What
That's
is
acrylic paint from the dollar store. I'm talking, like, the poisonous $1 shit that you, like, And me and my friend just started putting it everywhere and just went with it. And that's what we came up with. Oh my god, I
See,
haven't seen this.
I could have grabbed other photos to build on that like goth girlfriend aspect because you used to wear a lot of black lipstick when you first started your
Oh,
content
I
creation. But
did.
I figured this one was kind of funny because
Yeah,
I'm genuinely confused on what the fuck the makeup is for
I'm a
Halloween.
skeleton cat. I'm a skeleton cat.
So you have cat ears on your head,
Yeah.
but like here,
Yeah,
and then you
it's my
just lose
kid,
your
tiny
eyebrows,
face. Yeah, tiny face.
and then the cat also has eye bags
Yeah,
drawn on
she's a tired cat. Oh,
and has wings for whiskers
yeah.
and
Well,
is
those it was
constantly
a paintbrush. You can't judge
smiling.
it. Yeah, you can't judge. It was the kind of Cheshire vibes, bro. Like,
I
and
could tell that is
I was
Cheshire,
drawing inspiration, okay?
and I'm guessing that's a Corpse Bride T-shirt.
Yeah, my mom bought that for me at Giant Tiger.
So it makes sense that all of this is, kind of Halloween themed in this photo. But I
Yeah.
figured I'd bring this one up because I feel like you don't know where I got this one from.
No. Where did you get my Instagram
Nope.
story me?
I'll tell you this: none of your socials. But anyways, to build on your friendships that you've built on your streaming,
Uh-huh.
one of the best things that you are known for in your friend group called the Hot Bitches is the fact that you forgot Jenny's birthday 2 months after it happened, and you
Oh,
reacted on
you're such a
stream.
Jenny.
And I've been told
Yeah.
about this clip because you freaked out
Yeah. I didn't.
thinking you forgot a birthday.
I'm
That
really bad at birthdays.
and you attended the Discord birthday party 2 months
Yeah.
prior.
I
So
know.
can you walk me through the Jenny's birthday and how you might have forgotten about it?
No.
You can't. You just don't remember it.
Time hasn't existed since COVID happened. Like my brother's birthday is June 9th. And I was about to say the 6th. I almost forgot it again. His birthday is June 9th. I think his birthday is June 6th every year, so I wish him happy birthday on the 6th. Ever since COVID started, I wish him happy birthday on the 6th. He goes, "It's not my birthday." I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry, bro. I will wish you a happy birthday on the 9th." I forget on the 9th because I'm doing things. And then on the 10th, my mom tells me, "Did you wish Riley a happy birthday?" I'm like,
Eh.
no.
You should
So
just
then
wish
I
him a
don't.
happy birthday on like January 17th and see what
I
he
know.
says. Just
Happy birthday.
act like you have Alzheimer's and you just completely forget.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I forget things. But yeah, I had attended her birthday. We played Jackbox. It was great. I met all her friends. This was when we had first started becoming friends. I was like a little nervous to be in the Discord, kind of how
Yeah.
it is. And then yeah, she came in my chat. Someone mentioned something about a birthday and Jenny, and I was just like, "It was Jenny's birthday. Shit. I love her. I forgot to wish her happy birthday." And she was like, "It was 2 months ago." It's
Well,
like, well, shit. Now I feel even worse.
considering that's one of the one of the high I won't say the highlights, but one of the favorite moments from your hot bitches group chat. I figured I'd mention it. Like I said, I reached out to a few people, just a few, and
Just a
I
few.
got some funny stories. And this is why I asked you about your community's favorite or your favorite memories with your community because your community has favorite memories with you. And
Interesting.
that's why I brought it up, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. And we got Butterbay, we got you forgetting your friend's birthday, we also got whatever
Mhm.
this cosplay is. But
Yeah, love
at the
that.
end of the day, you've had an impact on so many people's lives, and I kind of want to wrap up before trivia by talking about a recap of the entire journey. You started off as a variety streamer, heavily variety, when you
Yeah,
first started.
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, and then around end of February, beginning of March, Valorant took over,
Yeah, I
and
started
you
playing
you've been a variety streamer who mains Valorant ever since.
Valorant. I might make a shirt that says that.
You you honestly should. Now, throughout this entire 2-year journey, you've had your memories, you've had your ups, you've had your downs. You're currently on a little bit of a hiatus that you really can't control because of work. But I want you to talk about kind of what's next. Do we have an expected return date? Do you have any ideas that you've been, brainstorming and working on that you're going to come back with? Are you going to like completely revamp content? What is next for Sara?
All right. Well, here's the whole game plan. Essentially, I'm the evil villain, rolling up my sleeves, getting ready to tell you the whole plot before the cops show up. Um, Essentially, My return date will be after I come back from BC. I'm back from BC around September 17th. Sometime around then. So I will be back from BC then, and then it's like full steam ahead after the like with work, but also with streaming. So hopefully I'll be back around then. I haven't confirmed a date, but I'm hoping it'll be super big and fun. But I'm not gonna come back with like a subathon in September because I know that I've seen a lot of people get burnt out on subathons and it's just hurt their mental. And I don't want to come back full swinging like that. So my game plan is smaller streams. One of the first streams I'll do is just like filling people in, but I also have talked to like a lot of people in the community and people I've been friends with, and I'm just like, you know what? I had a fun time playing this game with you and I would like to make content with you. And so like I'm hitting people up and just letting them know that I would like to like do stuff with them in the future if they're interested. And so far like a bunch of people have said yes. Because essentially I want to be focusing a lot more on YouTube. I really like I don't think I want to go to YouTube to stream, but I
Mm-hmm.
really like not having to be on for YouTube. Like I don't have to be big for YouTube.
Yeah.
I just take my Twitch and make it into something cool. And I really like that aspect. So I'm going to focus on YouTube. I have a YouTube video hopefully that I'm going to edit within the next 2 weeks because I was in a Starlight charity tournament this past weekend, and so I have some funny moments from that, but I also wanted to raise awareness for the charity. So I will be hopefully posting that in the coming weeks. And I'm also going to make sure that I like focus on what I want to do for content rather than like my numbers and what other people want me to do. So smaller streams, like more frequent streams. That way I don't feel obligated to like block out 5 hours of my time. Um, and just trying to make sure it's like all good and all fun, you know? And for like the people who've left, like I know there's going to be new people that'll come in and hopefully enjoy me as a person rather than, me vamped to 700% and burning out. But
Because
yeah.
burnout's one of the worst things you can experience as a streamer. And you know what else sucks is me not getting a single fucking invite for the comeback at any point because she
Bro,
hates gaming with me. I'm going to be that
I
where's
don't.
my hug person right now because
Wow.
I got nothing. Anyways.
Coming at me like that. Bro,
Yep.
hold up. Time out. I've only hit up 3 people. Bravo being one of them because he's in one of my YouTube videos that
Fuck
popped
Bravo.
off. We take those.
Fuck Bravo.
Um, yeah, you can be in. I literally just only messaged 2 people. Mason the Robin, shout out to him because he's another Canadian. I know you would like him. Don't do that face when I'm talking about Mason.
I'm giving this face because I'm
Yeah.
embodying the where's my hug person.
Uh-huh. Well, if you would like to, hear me out. I make Valorant content. So if you wanna, I know, right? It's why I didn't ask you, dumb. But I make Valorant content, and I would like to be doing more of that
Yeah.
in like a funny aspect, like goofing around with like friends or randoms.
Yeah.
So if you want to goof around with me in Bravo, I would be overjoyed to have you.
Listen, you're telling me I have to put up with Bravo again on Valorant? Fuck.
But hear me out. It'll be all fun and games because it's games.
We'll see. That is
Okay.
topic for off stream, but I'll probably say yeah. Honestly, because like I said, even though I
I
hate
don't have.
Valorant, I want to
Here's
play
the
more.
reason though. Yeah, here's the reason. I don't have any dates locked in. Like I haven't locked in any dates at all. I was just like, hey, would you be
Want to
down
play?
for like whenever I come back? Yeah, to like play some games for content. Like
Yeah.
just essentially getting consent. I was getting consent to make sure they were okay. So
Listen,
if
I
you
have to
acknowledge
plan
that you can
podcasts.
essentially play games with me.
Yeah, I have to plan podcasts a month in advance, so I get the aspect of just asking people
Yeah.
so far in advance, even without a guaranteed date. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
I'm
I
just like,
fully
yeah,
get that. But
you do.
we have you coming back mid September after a BC trip with shorter streams. That way you don't burn out and you want to focus on YouTube content.
Yeah. I really
Perfect.
like YouTube. It's so much fun.
And your YouTube is popping off, and we need to
It
get you to
is.
YouTube Partner before you come back September 17th or
Yeah.
whatever day it is. So everybody
I
go
would cry.
sub to the YouTube. But
I would cry.
Sarah, you've been an amazing guest so far, but I think it's
Thank
time that I destroy your mental state a little bit by
you.
doing a little bit of trivia. The final segment of this podcast. So for
He
people
made
that
it all
don't
geography, didn't he?
Oh, no. So the trivia stays roughly the same besides a couple carried questions to the guest's interest.
Oh. I never stay around for trivia.
That is
Shit.
fine. I get it. You hate me. But there are a couple rules of trivia. Number one, chat will be in emote only because these are live recorded on Twitch. If you guys want to see the live recordings, make sure to tune to the Twitch. You can find it in the description of either Spotify or YouTube's description section of the podcast. Yeah. The second thing is I take the first confident answer that you say. If you say, I don't know if it's this or this, I won't take it. But the moment you say it's this, that's the answer I take. There is no skipping your
Okay.
question. And you can take as much time as you need, realistically,
there
as long as you're not searching.
is there a record for the most points?
The most points is 16 out of 16, and that was the end of my Season 1 trivia. I have since turned it to Season 2, and the highest points on Season 2 has been 12.
Out
And
of
that was set by
16.
Game Pass. And there is one other person in chat right now who has also done it, and they got a 9. So,
Kirby.
yeah, Kirby. And if you want to know what Bravo got, he also got a 9.
Wow.
Surprisingly, that man's got
Well,
-4 brain cells, and I don't know how he pulled it off, but he did. It is what it is.
I'm about to beat Kirby and Bravo.
All
It's game
right.
on.
Ooh, 3
It's
out of
game
10 confidence. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes. I'll
All right.
put my hands up so you know I'm not cheating.
Nah, it's okay. You're fine. What sport do the Harlem Globetrotters play?
Basketball.
What is the highest grossing holiday movie of all time?
Die Hard.
What does the term GPU stand for? I will
Oh,
only give hints, by the way, if I feel like it is needed.
that's okay.
This is a PC part.
No, that wasn't a good hint. I know that.
Some people haven't recently, so I feel like I gotta say that.
Um, Graphics processing unit?
Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear?
Oh,
Oh.
oh. I literally
Oh.
just watched a show that talked about it. Um, oh shit. I just watched a show and he creates such beautiful work. He has that starry painting with like everything. Picasso? Don't think it's Picasso, but I'm gonna go with
How many
Picasso.
balls are on a pool table at the start of a game?
16. I play a lot of pool recently. If you're counting the white ball, it's 16. If we're
Which
not, it's
animal
15.
breathes? Which animal breathes out of its butt?
Breathes out of its butt?
Insects do not count.
That's fucking weird, bro. Why? I'm gonna assume it's like you said animal, right?
Yep.
Or like mammal
Animal. I'm not gonna
animal.
specify.
Okay. I think it's gonna be a fish. Type of fish.
I'll accept the answer of fish. What is a perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling?
300.
What is James Bond's preferred drink of choice?
Martini.
If you are born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign?
Christmas Day?
Yes.
The fucking Jerusalem found. No, I'm kidding. Your star sign would be if you're in December, you are a. Oh, I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those bitches. You are a. I'm gonna say Capricorn, but that's not right.
In what book series does Neville Longbottom appear?
Neville Longbottom in the book series?
Yep.
Neville Longbottom.
Neville Longbottom.
Neville Longbottom.
Neville Longbottom.
I'm only thinking Rugrats, but you're saying book series, so that doesn't sound right.
In what book series does Neville Longbottom appear?
Rugrats.
What is the first element on the periodic table?
The first element?
First element.
Hydrogen.
When was the first iPhone released? What year? I'll give it to you within one. One above or one below. I will give it to you.
The iPhone 2000 and... I feel like that's wrong. But 2004.
What is MGK's first language?
His first language?
Yep. What is Machine Gun Kelly's first language? Miss is obsessed with Machine Gun Kelly, according to your friends.
I am. Yeah, I'm very much am. But his first language, I thought he was born in Cleveland. But I guess I'm wrong on that.
Damn. Some fan you are.
His dad passed away. His mom is still alive. He just met her. His name's Colson Baker, and he is First language, you know what? I'm gonna go with like I'm assuming it's not English because that would be just real fucked up of you. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna assume like Russian for funsies.
What is Reyna's real name from Valorant? And a bonus point if you could say where she's from.
Oh, I actually don't know. I don't know that. Where she's from? Also don't know that. Colombia?
Do you have a name?
Mm, Patrice. I think that's actually Vipers, but I'm
Where can people
close.
go to find your Twitch?
Twitch.tv/Ombrebae.
Do you want to know your score or do you want to count it one by one?
One by one, please.
What sport do the Harlem Globetrotters play? It's basketball. Also, I'll take it out of emote only. So you got one. You're going to hate yourself, by the way. That's all I'm going to tell you. What
Yeah,
is the
I
highest
know.
grossing holiday movie of all time? It is Home Alone. It is not Die Hard.
Oh, really? Damn.
What does the term GPU stand for? You got it. Graphics Processing Unit.
Hey.
Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear? It's Van Gogh.
Oh, Van Gogh. I literally just watched a Canadian show that had like all of his
You
art in
literally
it.
talked about Starry Night, and I'm like, okay, she's got this. And then you're
I
like,
know. Here's the thing.
Picasso.
I know the most obscure thing. It's like you tell me like Colson Baker's dad died, and I'm like, yeah, he just recently met his mom. But then you ask what language he speaks, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
so
fuck it.
by the way, 48% of people know what language he speaks. Like
48?
48% of people that have taken a test. Yep. How many balls are on a pool table at the start of the game? It is 16. You got that answer way too fucking fast.
Yeah. I play pool.
Which animal breathes out of its butt? You were close actually. It's a turtle.
Yeah.
What is perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling? It is 300.
That was a trivia question that I did on Wednesday.
What is James Bond preferred drink of choice? It is a martini. If you were born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign? It is a Capricorn.
I am a star bitch.
You are a star bitch. In what book series does Neville Longbottom appear? And I hate how you didn't get this. It's Harry Potter. I've never watched Harry Potter or anything, but that is
Neville
everybody's
in
go-to
Harry
guess.
Potter? Oh, Neville's that like dude that's like the friend, right? That annoying friend.
Pretty sure Neville's his brother.
Harry. Oh, Neville is his brother. Yeah, you're right.
What's the first
I
element
never
on a
read the
periodic
book.
table? Hydrogen.
I think is it hydrogen? I was gonna say I was kind of concerned that hydrogen might not have been considered an element being the first,
Periodic
but
table of elements. The first one is hydrogen.
hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron,
Boron,
carbon,
carbon.
nitrogen, oxygen, fluoride, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur.
Jesus.
Well, I'll stop. That way we can continue.
Jesus Christ. When was the first iPhone released? It is 2007. You did not get that. You said
Oh, I was
2004.
gonna say 2008, and I
You would have
second
gotten it.
guessed myself.
You would have gotten it. What is MGK's
Damn.
first language? Arabic.
Arabic?
Arabic. Yep.
That sounds so wrong to me.
Arabic. I know. It doesn't sound right. And the fun part is I got told that your love for MGK, or I got told about your love for MGK as I was listening to Killshot, and I fucking died of laughter. You can understand why. The coincidence.
When everyone says Killshot, the only thing I think of is the line in MGK's song where he's like, everybody trying to send a kill shot, missing me. Young Von Don and the Double X9 got a gang out in Sicily. Bitches trying to call me the gunner. I'm popping off on anybody if they trigger me. Pew. Black and yellow jackets on like I'm Kill Bill. Will stop in and I still will. I do like this shit. You can't say I don't.
I know what song it is. I just can't remember the lyrics. Don't worry. I know what song it is. Right? Okay, I thought you were going to get the Valorant one, at least one of these. Her name is Zinyeya Mondrago from Mexico.
They never say her name in any of the Valorant voice lines. They do in the shorts, but not in the voice lines.
And that's why I thought you would get it, because I felt like you would have been a person to watch the shorts since you consume content.
No, not the shorts.
I'm wrong. But
I only know because they say her name.
That's fair. You see how many points I'm holding up, right? And I told you there was one guaranteed.
I know. Yeah, which was my Twitch, but I don't think I got the last one.
No, you got your Twitch.
Oh, yeah, so that's only 8. But it's because what were the ones I got wrong?
So you got
the iPhone one. I'm not mad about that one. I figure it was like
iPhone one you got wrong. Both the catered questions you got wrong, so that's 4 points.
What were the 2 catered questions? Oh, the Valorant
MGK's,
and the MGK.
Valorant and MGK.
Yeah.
You got the first iPhone release wrong. You got Harry Potter wrong. You got the Turtle. You got Vincent Van Gogh and Home Alone wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not mad about those because I don't think I knew those. So.
You got a passing grade.
I did. And you want to know what?
What?
I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that. I didn't know, and I now know MGK speaks Arabic. I
There you
actually didn't
go.
know that. I now know that.
Yep.
Um, I know that turtles breathe out of their butts. I think that's weird, and I now have a strange dislike for turtles.
There you go.
Um, Home Alone, I should have guessed, but like that movie was not going to come to my head
Fair.
at all. It was
Fair.
not happening. So
I gotta
not
say
weird.
this. You, even though there's 14 episodes, or sorry, 15 episodes recorded for like Spotify and YouTube, you have the fourth highest score. So you didn't do bad at all.
Wow.
For the recorded episode, you have the fourth highest score, and in general, you have like you are above average because a lot of the
Can I
average,
request
huh?
that twins be very difficult?
Twins is probably gonna be the same unless he's listening. This will be
No.
the same for most of the questions until somebody gets a 16 out of 16. That's what I did for the first round,
Oh,
and then
twins gonna get 16 out of 16, and
no,
then he's
he
gonna
won't. I can guarantee it unless he's listening and cheating.
have. Mm-hmm.
And if he is, then he can let me know, and I'll make a whole separate catered trivia to him. But Sarah, you've been an amazing guest.
Thank
Thank you for coming on
you.
the podcast. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, even though you got a concert tomorrow that you're going to be going to, and you were supposed to leave today to go to it. Thank you for being on here, especially since you haven't streamed in a month, and the last time you streamed was literally doing my Master Teacher's Trolley.
Yeah.
But the floor is yours. Let us know what's going on, even though you kind of already talked about it for the people that might just be tuning in. Who you are, what you do, what we can expect from you here in the near future. The floor is yours.
Yo, my name's Ombrebae. You can call me Ombre or Sarah. I am currently on hiatus from streaming, but I am a variety content creator. Mainly plays Valorant, but I also do Apex. I did CS:GO. I do Minecraft. I do Phasmo. I do all sorts of things. I also create content on YouTube. That's kind of where my main focus has been lately. So if you would like to go support that content, I'd really appreciate it. I'm only 500 hours away from being able to apply for YouTube partnerships. So if anyone would like to go support and check that out, I would really appreciate it. Also, I do have a TikTok, an Instagram, and a Twitter. You can find me Ombrebae or Ombrebae TTV on those. Um, and yeah, other than that, stay cute, stay kind, and stay caffeinated. So yeah.
I mean, I downed 300 milligrams of caffeine in this time that we've been talking, and I have been holding in the worst piss of my life. But that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude the Troll Talk podcast. If you are listening live, please stick around because we are not done to stream. But if you're listening on Spotify and YouTube, this is the end of the episode. Make sure to go listen to another if you haven't already. But I will see y'all next week with our special guest, the only game show, one that both Ombre and I have both been on. Paradox, the
So
host, is coming on to the podcast
welcome.
next week, and we're going to be talking about his, honestly, the most unique story we've talked about yet. I've been saying that a lot of the streamers we've been talking to have
I'm
unique
unique as
stories.
fuck. Get out of here.
You are
I've
unique.
had my white girl struggles.
The Pinterest girl has a very unique story when it comes to Twitch. It's perfectly fine. But when we're talking about the only game show, his name says it all. He runs a game show. He is a Twitch partner from it. And he's got a very unique story that we're going to be going over. But until then, this has been the Troll Talk Podcast, and I'll talk to you all next week. Goodbye!